Taxi vlog 250 or so. It's been quite a weekend. Yes, this cold thing is still hanging on. It's just terrible. I did this part of the video already, but what happened was it came out very unfocused. It was kind of bad looking, and I've had a busy weekend. I bought a little car and insured it, and spent an hour replacing the muffler in my driveway. And just today, or last night, I took it over to the cab owner, and he did some work on it. He changed the oil for me, and he checked the brakes, and he basically verified that everything was okay, and you know, checked out a few things and made sure the car was all right. And he said I did good, basically. And he said if I find another one like it, to let him know, because he wants one too. Yeah, my sleeping patterns have been all messed up because I was up during the day on Saturday, and then I just got exhausted. It's the end of Monday night, which wasn't really spectacular, but at least I made a bit of money. I'll continue with the second part of this video. Yes, I'm tired right now. I'm really tired because my sleeping is off, and I've been out here almost all night. I've got like about half an hour to go and my shift is over. And I'll leave you to the second part of the video, which was recorded earlier when I had to pull over to spit some phlegm out because I coughed, and I just didn't want to. Well, you'll figure it out when you see the other part later. Back on the road. I once lost a subscriber for spitting out the window on camera. So what did I do? I stopped the camera, I pulled over, I opened the door, I spat on the pavement, I closed the door, and I made it look nice and tidy, so you don't have to see me harking out the window. How's that? Yeah, Monday was good because it was still Easter weekend and a lot of drivers didn't come to work. And so there were fewer cars on the road, and I did well. I made over $100 for myself. Tuesday, I made $35 for myself. It was not a good Tuesday. It was torture. And if you think that was bad, Wednesday was even worse. Wednesday, I had to pay $20 for the privilege of being out here for 10 hours or 11 hours, however many hours I worked. I would get a call, and half the time there was nobody there, and that wastes time because then you have to get back in line and wait for another one. So that whole thing didn't work out very well. Thursday, yeah, I made a few dollars. I got lucky. I broke even at 3 o'clock. And for some reason I had 4 long fares, like one that went out to Langford out of town, another one that went from one end of town to the other, and another one that went halfway up the peninsula. I just lucked out for the end of my night. So I actually didn't do too bad for Thursday night last week. I actually made, you know, a reasonably good profit, but that was only because of the 4 long fares I had after 3 o'clock. I came out on Friday. Friday I did mediocre for a Friday. I spend a lot of money driving around empty on my way to the next fair. Somehow the whole dispatch was conspiring against me and making me drive a lot empty to get the next fair. And of course, I didn't get many long ones until after 2. And I had a few long ones between 2 and 4 o'clock, but you know, nothing spectacular. When I counted everything in the end, it didn't work out that I made a lot. So that was the last week. And then with the buying the car, I had to get insurance for the car because the insurance on my old car was expiring, so I had to get insurance anyway. And it was $100 more than my old car for the insurance. Well, probably because it's a little car and it's, you know, if it gets in an accident, it gets more damage than a bigger car like my old Chrysler. I don't know. Anyways, I got the car insurance done. I'm getting my oil change done by the owner of this cab. I put a muffler on it because it was way too loud. The old muffler was broken, so I went and bought a muffler and stuck it on there on Saturday. And I was starting to save up for the rent, but we went and bought a couple things at the store, and I ended up paying for that. And so I got to make some money this week at least so that we can get groceries next week. And, well, last week was the first week of the month, which is arguably and typically the worst week of the month. So hopefully tonight will be better. I've got 2 fairs under my belt. I'm 5th in 68. I got a good book to read here. Jack McDevitt. I don't know if you can see that, but it's Jack McDevitt Odyssey. Fantastic science fiction. I always enjoy Jack McDevitt. There's enough mind candy, and there's enough adventure, and there's enough speculation, and enough romance, enough of everything to keep me interested. And the pages just melt one after another, and the book gets read. You know, I'll probably finish it this week. I did not bring the computer to work because, well, there weren't that many videos on it. I'm actually going through my list of videos to watch later, which has a lot to do with UFOs and pyramids and things like that, you know, aliens and chariots of the gods. I mean, whatever. Stuff that kind of interests me somewhat, and some of them are long, boring lectures, and I fall asleep in the middle of them. And there was one I watched about pyramids yesterday or this morning that was very interesting. But before I bore you some more with that shit, hope yours is better than mine.